Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom and here we are. Once again, it's championship review time. We are in the middle of a 3-game game week. Seems like they happen all the time. We had one a couple of weeks ago and there's going to be one straight after the international break. So here we go to talk about the Tuesday, Wednesday fixtures this past week in the championship. And Leeds are on top again. They went to Hull, who remain in 21st place. I'm going to call that Hull position while they're there, because I think there's a couple of teams that might be quite happy to shake hands for 21st position right now. Leeds get the away win, 1-0. They'd been on a little mini slump, so to speak. I only say slump because their start was so damn good. They just won probably all of their first 4 or 5 games. I think went off like a train. Tyler Roberts with his 3rd goal in 5 starts for Leeds. Some idea that the cutting edge had just gone in the past couple of weeks. Maybe if Bamford was around, this little drop-off mightn't have happened. But they're on the top. They're on the 2 points per game. They're looking good, and I'm looking good because I said this would be an away win. So I am 1 from 1. Leeds... who's more likely to end there? Leeds in 1st or Hull in 21st? Anyway, let me know if you're a Leeds fan, whether you think, how long do you think, rather, they're going to be in that top 2? Are they staying there for the season, or is there going to be a drop-off? Hull fans, would you take Hull position of 21st right now if I offered it to you? Ipswich 0, Middlesbrough 2. Ipswich, my team, marooned there in 23rd position. Still without a win in 11 games. Not great at all. Borough climb into 2nd. You can see in detail my thoughts on this game on the channel. I was there and I've done a match review. Suffice to say, Ipswich were horrible for the first 20 minutes of this and completely threw the game away. And Middlesbrough had a bit of a night off, really. They picked up the 3 points without breaking too much of a sweat. So if you want more detail, go to the match review. I said I hoped for a draw. It was more hope than expectation. So I was wrong on that one, but perhaps I was dreaming a little bit with that prediction. Borough fans, how you feeling so far? Do you think the balance is right? The defence is mean and amazing. Is there enough going forward to sustain top 2? What's the expectation there? Ipswich fans, I've spoken to enough of you. I think it's now looking squarely in the direction of the manager, and how sustainable is this if you're going 12 games, international break will be another 2 weeks, the best part of 3 months now without winning a football match. Wow, Sheffield United up into 3rd. They've become the 3rd team, I was moaning about this, to hit the 2 points per game mark. I was saying, where's the quality here? Only 1 team on 2 points per game going into this round of matches. Now we've got 3, which is a bit more like the championship. It was Blackburn 0, Sheffield United 2. I said away win, so that's my 2nd one correct. 3rd win in a row for the Blades. There seems to be something happening there. They need to keep this momentum going. Look like the away end was there. They're churning out the results there. That's what it always looks like when a team is up the top of the table there. It was Billy Sharp with both goals there. How many goals has he got? He must have over 200 for his career. It seems to have been around forever and always putting the ball in. And Sheffield United fans, is David McGoldrick your best player? It looks like he was the one that set Sharp up. I know it was a bit of a funny bounce for the first goal and seems to be a bit of a catalyst there. Capitalist. I'm sure he's a capitalist as well if he's a football player. What's happening here, Sheffield United? Is this going to be sustainable? There's 3 more powerful clubs up there, I'd say. Leeds, Borough and West Brom. So can you stay in and around those, or would you be happy with playoffs? I suspect Blades fans would be happy with playoffs. But like I say, there's something happening there, something good. The goals are flowing, the wins are coming. David McGoldrick is playing 90 minutes every week, so definitely something in the air. And I'm 2 from 3. Blackburn fans, draws turn into defeats would be bad, wouldn't it? But I think perhaps you came up against a pretty decent, informed Sheffield United team here. Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 2. West Brom dropped down to 4th place. They drop off the 2 points per game. Sheffield Wednesday are 1 defeat in 8, so they're in good nick here. Adam Reach is also in good nick, and I can really praise this goal. I was kind of umming and ahhing a bit about the loopy volley on Friday against Leeds. This one was brilliant, wasn't it? Out of his feet, smashes it in the top corner from off the ground. I was saying, was that one as deliberate? This one was certainly, for back-to-back games, back-to-back goals, brilliant from Reach. Excellent stuff. I was saying that maybe Bannon and Forestieri carried Wednesday, but certainly Reach contributing, the youngsters contributing. Wednesday looked good for 12th position. Maybe a few too many draws, maybe some more wins, and they'd be further up. So Reach and Forestieri have them 2 up. Should have won this one, shouldn't they? Final 5 minutes in they go, and West Brom make it 2-2. Barnes, how good was that second goal, and how good is he looking? And how good is my prediction for if Barnes, Rodriguez and Gale start, one of them will score every game, and that still happens. Barnes saving me at the end there. Brilliant second goal from him. Wednesday fans, you pleased with this? Top half looking definitely plausible, and they look hard to beat. West Brom, so entertaining. I know you dropped points here, but come on, all of those Premier League years just kind of hanging in there for a lot of them. Tell me, are you enjoying this season more than a lot of them? Because it just looks like great fun there watching West Brom. I've seen them twice and certainly enjoyed both of those games. Real attacking team there. Derby 1, Norwich 1. Sorry, did I said scoring draw in Wednesday versus West Brom? I should have, because that is 3 correct out from 4. Bring it on. Sorry, Derby 1, Norwich 1. So Norwich joined West Brom at the top of the form table. 14 points from 6 games from Norwich. Very, very impressive stuff there. 4 wins and 2 draws. Closer gets the opener from that guy Pukki's corner. Was it corner or crossing? I need to rewatch the highlights there. I remember him heading it in though. Bryson gets the equaliser from a Waghorn cross there. Great assist from Waghorn, one of my favourites there, to earn Derby a point. Surely, Norwich fans, if you close out against Stoke before the international break, that's brilliant form for you over this period, and regenerate then, and 2-week break, and away you come. Excellent stuff from Norwich. What the hell is going on there? Is that a helicopter or something? I don't know what the hell that noise is. Goodness me. Yeah, brilliant period for Norwich. Derby still kind of getting it together, but really, with the attention on Lampard, they need to be in striking distance to the playoffs, and they are. And I think for a first period from Lampard, it's gone pretty well, I would say. I said home win, and I was wrong about that one. Norwich prove me wrong. They're in great form, and they're in 5th position. Brentford 1, Birmingham 1. Birmingham got 8 draws in 11. What a statistic that is. They're very hard to beat, but they need to win some games. Perhaps if Gary Monk had a bit more in terms of depth in the squad, and, you know, some players to move around there and bring in and out. I know they're on a transfer embargo, so that's probably fanciful. Maybe some of those draws would be wins. So I think most would say Monk probably doing a good job to have them that hard to beat. Morrison gives Birmingham the lead. I must say about Birmingham, and you can see this in my Ipswich-Birmingham match report, Birmingham are horrible to defend against from set plays. They've got Morrison and Dean come forward for a lot of them. Jutkiewicz and Adams are absolute units as well. If your team's playing Birmingham, look out for those set plays, because they're going to score quite a lot of them. And there was another one here today. Jota's got that left foot as well. McEachran gets the equaliser, but then Keithton Bell gets a red card, and Gary Monk gets a red card there as well. Brentford can't get the victory. They're now no wins in 4, and we will talk about the Dean Smith link to Villa when we talk about Villa Preston. But Brentford, little drop off here. You would have said Reading and Birmingham at home more than a couple of points there, and they've only taken a couple. So Brentford are Brentfording it up. Birmingham nice and solid, but I think I would speak for all Birmingham fans when you'd say 8 draws is great, but a couple of wins in there and a couple of defeats, and you've got more points into the bargain there. You need those 3-pointers. I said home win. I was wrong, so I'm still on 3 correct. Wigan 0, Swansea 0, 8th versus 7th. I said scoring draw, but I don't care. No, I didn't. I think I just said draw. I don't really care about that because I got that one correct, so that's 4 for me. How did this stay 0-0? I watched the highlights package and it looked like there was a fair amount of chances missed. Perhaps Swansea reverting back to this opinion I had of them a couple of games ago. They're drawing too much. They're not putting the victories together. Wigan nicely positioned there. 8th place. They'll be very happy with that. Wigan fans, I assume you're giving Paul Cook a big pass going into this first international break. Swansea, I'm going to see you on Saturday because you're probably going to be Ipswich. And it's my first time at the Liberty Stadium, so I'll speak in Swansea in more detail on Saturday. But that is 4 correct for me on the predictions. Rotherham 0, Bristol City 0. I said home win here. I got behind Rotherham. They didn't do it. Bristol's trend is downwards. No wins in 4 here. So they need to tidy things up a bit there. Although Rotherham are a difficult proposition at the New York Stadium. They have a 3-point cushion now on the drop zone due to their excellent home record. But Rotherham fans, 0 points away from home. I know you're very good at home, but you're probably going to want to see some points coming away from home. Even Ipswich have got a point away from home. Goodness me. I said home win. I was wrong. Moving on. Late drama at the City Ground. Millwall snatching the late point here. Millwall 2, Forest 2. Sorry, other way around. Forest 2, Millwall 2. Millwall stay in the bottom 3, but they'll probably be happy to escape with the point. I said I think their pickup, knowing Millwall, will come at the Den rather than away from home. So decent point for them, especially given they were 2 goals down. Forest staying 11th, but Karanka, too many draws. Very much like Paul Hurst, like Gary Monk, Karanka, too many draws there. Probably Tony Mowbray you could chuck into that one as well. Lolly and Carvalho. Looked like that free kick should have been saved there. Millwall seem to have had goalkeeping issues for as long as I've been watching them these past sort of 18 months or so. They look to have won it. Williams and Gregory on 91 minutes snatching a point there. Lee Gregory looks like he's in decent form as well, getting the goals. Millwall have managerless Aston Villa at the Den on Saturday and will be desperate to end the first quarter of the season without, or rather with a win there against Villa. Again, to reiterate, I said home win. I got that one wrong. Right, we've mentioned them twice. Here we go. The big story is Villa. They were 2-0 up at home to Preston, bottom side Preston, through Kodja and Abraham. Interesting red card for Chester there. Anyone supports either team, give me a view on that one. I'll just leave it interesting. Johnson puts in the penalty. He used to play for Villa, so nice narrative there. 10 versus 11. Gallagher catches out Bunn. What was Bunn doing for the free kick there? 2-2. Malt heads in. Disastrous. 3-2 to give Preston the lead there. Then the 10 men of Villa get an injury time equaliser. Balassi sort of scrambles a scruffy one in, I think, from a set play. Then amazingly, Villa with the 10 men think they've rescued a draw. They get a penalty, I think, sort of 95, 96 minutes. Up steps Glenn Whelan. I know Glenn Whelan's a trustworthy hand, but surely there's a more flair-type player to knock a penalty in there at the end of the game there. Hey, who am I to say? Steve Bruce makes those calls. Not anymore, because Whelan misses the penalty. The game ends 3-3. And then the next day, Steve Bruce gets the hook. He is fired as Aston Villa manager. He's a playoff loser last season. Parachute money. Now running out. Always a sense that those players in that team could have been utilised in a more offensive attacking way than Bruce used them. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring in. Certainly Ipswich's previous manager was already gobbing off on TV about wanting the job, so I'm sure he'll be in every media outlet in the world pimping himself for that job. We'll see if they hire him. Thierry Henry linked. Big link to Dean Smith, who I believe is an Aston Villa fan as well. So already interesting there. I suspect that Kevin McDonald will keep the job for this one game, and something will happen in the 2-week international break. Preston fans, big game at home to Wigan, a Northwest derby there, and they need that win to get off the bottom to end this quarter before the international break. 2 more to do here, guys. Sorry, I said home win on Villa. I was wrong again. Wrong. I was right, though, because I said home win, Stoke versus Bolton. I said Stoke would have too much quality to beat Bolton. I was right about that. It was Stoke 2, Bolton 0. Stoke get their 3rd win of the season. Indy and Ince with the goals. Ince with his 3rd in the league. He looks like he's in good nick for Rowett. Would Rowett have had Ince at Derby, or was that Paul Clement? Someone smarted me up on that one. Clean sheet welcome after 8 conceded in the past 3. Bolton 1 win in 7. Their trend is also downward after 3 wins in the first 4. Stoke, this is starting to pick up now. 7 points from 4 games, so something to build on. It's 5 games before the next international break, so they'll be hoping for that 7 to 10 points from that, and then they can start looking at stabilising under this new regime. Bolton, as I say, Derby at home to Blackburn at the weekend, and the trend is downwards, so they're going to want some points from that one. Finally, Reading 0, QPR 1. I pulled this one out of the hat. I said QPR an away win for no other reason than just giggles, and they got it. So someone had to prove that they weren't a pushover in this game. Reading have been a pushover. QPR have been a bit of a pushover, despite that 2-game winning run after the horrible start for McLaren. Reading, having beaten Hull and Brentford, fall over at the Majestic. It's a scramble from the corner, and Leitzner puts it in on 64 minutes to give McLaren the win. Rangers fans, is it going to be like this all season? 1 step forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, etc., etc. Or can McLaren, with this squad, and certainly no more players coming in, although Ahmed and Wells were decent loan signings until January, can he do it up until the end of the Christmas period with these players? Let me know what you think. Reading fans, are you enough of a team, not a soft touch, to pull yourself above those bottom 3? Is it going to be a long season for you? Anyway, that concludes it. I'll throw my piece of paper away. 6 out of 12 again. I think that's pretty decent. Will I ever get the 7? Please get involved in these videos. There's some great subscribers to this channel who send me, even John the West Ham fan, he's got no interest in the Championship, and he sends me his predictions as well. So please get involved with your predictions and let me know what you think of mine. Very interested to hear from Villa fans and Brentford fans on the Dean Smith link. If you enjoy this content, just a bit of fun, as I always say, I'm an Ipswich fan. You know more about your team than I do, so please get in touch if I'm wrong about everything. Smarten me up with your insider view from your club. If you do that, please subscribe to the channel. It'd be a really great help from me, something I really enjoy doing. But the more subscribers I get, the more chance I can spend more time doing this. So please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom and get talking in those comments. Thank you for watching. It's Thursday night. I'll be back tomorrow morning, as is the Championship, with the prediction show. So if you've got any information for me on that, please do get in touch. I'm off home for my dinner. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow with the predictions, and on Saturday for Swansea Ipswich match review. Thank you very much. Over and out.